Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
For several years after we moved to Florida, we had a bug problem. For those of you who don't live in Florida, let me describe the kind of roaches we have. They're about the size of an armored mouse, and they can fly. So finding one nonchalantly crawling across our living room floor can be terrifying, especially since you know where there's one roach that you see, there's many roaches you don't see. They would usually elicit a scream of some sort, stifled or otherwise, from either me or my kids. But usually a call to the bug man, Bruce, and the next day he'd come and spray the cracks and crevices, and that would be that. Not so with fleas. One summer, we somehow ended up with fleas in our house. Now, we don't have an indoor cat or dog, so I'm not sure how they got there. But let me tell you, those little guys are springy. And if I happen to get a hold of one, well, they're so 2D that they're nearly impossible to kill without a sharp fingernail dividing the annoying little thing in half. And needless to say, that wasn't the most efficient way of killing them. Bruce didn't have a quick and easy spray can to kill them off. He had to bug bomb the place, which was so lethal we had to be gone for 24 hours to do it. The bug bomb got into nooks and crannies that we didn't even know we had, until there was nowhere for the horrible little insects to hide. And that did it. In our lives, we can have big bugs, big flaws in our character that threaten to take us over. Fortunately, we know who to call to get rid of that flaw: God. We repent and confess, and He takes care of it. Of course, it crops up every once in a while, but going back to God and trusting Him to destroy that flaw in us and make us more like Him, He eventually roots it out. But then there's those smaller, not so noticeable problems. They might be socially acceptable or not even visible to an outsider, but since you live with yourself, as most of us do, you know that there are problems that have got to go. Those little lies, that extra piece of pie, that little bad attitude when you even think about Aunt Susie, that annoying habit you have of taking up your free time with mindless games on your phone, whatever those little fleas are in your life. None of them seem like a big problem, but they're keeping you from choosing what's best in your life. The same bug man we call for the big sins can deal with the little flea-type sins too. But sometimes it may take a while. Habits can be pretty ingrained. And instead of leaving for 24 hours like we had to do with our flea problem, we have to spend time with our bug man, work with him, letting him bug bomb us, getting into all those cracks and crevices of our personality, cleansing, disinfecting, killing every flea and every sin tendency. And this bug bombing is incredibly important. Ecclesiastes 10:1 says something about bugs in our lives. Dead flies putrefy the perfumer's ointment and cause it to give off a foul odor. So does a little folly to one respected for wisdom and honor. And since 2 Corinthians 2:15 says, we are a fragrance of Christ to God among those who are being saved and among those who are perishing, we need to keep our lives free of bugs so that Christ can be seen and smelled in our lives.
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes at our website, which you can find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.